What's up, you guys? Alex Chasen back here with a new video. Hopefully, I'm great to if you guys are on the swerve. Today's video, I'm going to be doing NBA shooting guard tier list so far this season. I did the point guard one a few days ago. If you haven't seen that one, check it out after this video. I'm sure you guys will love it because it's going to be just like this one. But this one's shooting guard. The last one was obviously point guard. I'm wearing this blanket because if you're doing New England, it's cold, but it's not cold enough to wear a sweatshirt, but like it's cold enough to have like a blanket on. And that's what I'm doing. So if it looks weird, it's whatever. I don't care. But I went sledding today with the boys because I had a snow day. It was pretty lit. Didn't have to do any work. So I've been off since the 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's been lit. I've been off since Wednesday, or day before. So Wednesday, I've been off for school for a week because snow days and Thanksgiving was lit. And I'm going to roll some clips of, we went like down a hill over, it was fun. I'm going to roll some clips today. We went sledding with the boys.
Pull up. You're gonna miss it entirely.
So that was pretty fun. My hip is still hurting because like I kind of landed on it. I'm a little bit of a baby when it comes to that stuff, but it was fun. So I'm being with my friends. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let's get it started. So let's start off here. We got the S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. There's only gonna be a couple of guys there because if you're a starting shooter guard in the NBA, well, you better be good. So first we have D'Angelo Russell, and D'Angelo Russell's been solid. He is hurt at the moment. He's been out for the past week and a half, week or two. And then when Curry got hurt, he started to heat up a little bit. Still, I don't think he's the same as last year. Not the same efficiency, and definitely not the same like scoring explosiveness and power as last year. I'm sure he'll catch it up though because he's pretty much their main option. Eric Paschall has looked very good though for like a younger guy or rookie in the NBA. With that being said, solid season, but it's just a B tier. I think he'll eventually get back up to that A tier status. Right now he's like in a B tier season, not as well as previous years or last year because that's when he really exploded, turned to the star we know he can be. Next we have Devin Booker. Devin Booker's been playing very well, averaging 24 points a game, the most underrated player in the NBA. With that being said, definitely took a tad of a slower start than last year. Last year we finished off at the end of the season averaging like 26 plus points a game. Right now he's only averaging 24, but they do have other assets like Aaron Baines has been playing very well, Mikal Bridges has been playing very well. They have other guys on this team that can score the ball, Ricky Rubio. So I'm not really disappointed about it because he still shooting the ball with extremely great efficiency, A tier status. That's amazing. Next we have Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson is very underrated / disrespected to the NBA. Perfect. He's just like a perfect type of player. Great perimeter defense, can shoot the corner three, can drive and make contested layups. He's just an all-around solid player. Don't expect him to drop 20 points tonight because that's not what his game is. Don't expect him to hit the mid-rangers with consistency. That's not what his game is. But he's an all-around solid player that gets his job done in the perfect scheme, which is the Philadelphia 76ers. He's a C-tier player. That's where he'll always be. He'll never be a D, and he'll probably never be a B unless he gets his points per game up a little bit. But a C tier is just like super. It's just like the perfect spot for him, but like it's still a little underrated, but he's not quite as good as a B tier player like a D'Angelo Russell, if you understand what I'm trying to explain it. And then we have Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield started off the season extremely slow, looked like wasn't deserving of that contract extension that he got because he wanted it, and Sacramento really needs him, honestly, if they're going to have a chance of winning anything. With that being said, he is starting to heat it up. He is a B tier player, shoots the three so damn well. Every time we play him, the Celtics have played him twice this season. He lights us up, bro. He lights us up from deep. One game he had like 40 points, I think. He is just a freaking killer behind the arc. Next, we have Caris LeVert. Caris LeVert is also hurt. We got a lot of hurt guys at the shooting guard position so far this season. Caris LeVert, he's been solid. It took a little bit of a step down from last year. This year he's only averaging 16 points a game. Last year I believe he was averaging around 18, 19 points a game. I think he'll eventually catch up a little bit since Kyrie might be out for a little bit more. He is hurt, so maybe they'll come back at the same time. I don't know. On the other hand, Spencer Dinwiddie is freaking killing it, but we're not talking about Spencer Dinwiddie. With this being said, Caris LeVert is solid, but right now he's like a C+, not quite a B, because he needs to get his PPG up and just his all-around efficiency up a little bit, but he's still doing solid. Jaylen Brown has been amazing. He is a candidate for a most improved player. It's his 4th year in the league. Perfect time to win that award. And he is very well deserving of it. Averaging high 19, around 20 points a game. Great defense. Just all around great scoring. He gets the basket with ease. He has a great turnaround jumper. He's just an all-around solid player. He still needs to work on his free throws. He's never quite mastered that yet. I don't know if he's nervous or he just doesn't have the right touch. Whatever it is, that's about the only thing he needs to work on and just keep growing as a player. He is just I really love what Jaylen Brown's doing. He is a B tier player right now, not quite an A, but I think by the end of the season he'll definitely be an A tier player. If we did this list last year, I would have had him at a low C, D plus, because he's just like last year was just super inconsistent, but his defense, his all-around game has gotten so much better. I really love watching Jaylen Brown. Next we have Fred VanVleet. And Fred VanVleet is a little, in my eyes, not overrated, just a little bit more in the playoffs, right? If Kawhi didn't really do what he did, he could have won MVP. Fred VanVleet played amazing in the playoffs. With this being said, I don't know, he'll give you 12 points, a few rebounds, a few assists, and maybe a steal. Shooting on very efficient. I'm not talking about that. I just think his overall game is just a little bit more hyped up than what he really is going to give you. With this being said, I say that way too much. With this being said, I'm going to try to slow it down a little bit with that. With that being said, I just said again. Okay, I'm going to put him at C tier. You know, he's a solid player, but I think he's a little overrated for what he gives you on the court. Next, we have Brandon Forbes, whatever. Brandon Forbes is solid. He's a perfect fit in the Popovich scheme of the defensive-minded, defensive first, then offense. He fits that very well. Okay, I got to say, with that being said, he's a D. He's only averaging around 7-8 points a game. Not the best, but, he does fit that Popovich scheme of the defense and then scoring. Solid player. Next, we have Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's been fine. Not scoring as much as he did last year, but he's been the most consistent player besides Bogdanovich on the team. Mike Conley started off slow. Rudy Gobert started off slow. Most of the team has started off relatively slow, but Donovan and Bogdanovich are the most consistent. And I got to put Spider Mitchell A tier. Not quite an S tier yet, but I feel like he'll eventually get there. Then we have Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne Bacon's solid. This was probably one of the biggest surprises to me coming into the season, seeing Dwayne Bacon come from basically a bench warmer last year to a starting shoe guard. Not a playoff team by any means, but could sneak into that 9th seed, maybe get into the playoffs with that 8th seed, could possibly be an 8th seed because they've been playing very well with Terry Rozier, what's his name? I'm forgetting his name. Whatever, I'll put his picture up here. I'm forgetting his name. But anyways, I have him on my fantasy team too. I don't know why I'm forgetting this man's name. Like I said, I probably put a picture up somewhere, but I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I'm going to put Dwayne Bacon at an F tier, though. I know I talked all that hype, but, he's really not that good right now, but he definitely has a lot of potential, and, he's solid enough to start for that Hornets team that's not very good, but could still sneak into that 8th seed. Then we have Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks is an all-around solid player. Could give you 16 points a game on a night, could give you 10 points a game, probably not 20. Yet, he's still a young player, only 25. That's relatively young. I think he has a solid potential. He's a C-tier player. I might move him down to D later. We'll have to see. Then we have Bruce Brown Jr. He's okay. I don't think he's worth a starting spot. I really think their rotation should be Reggie Jackson at point and D Rose at shooting guard. I know that's a smaller lineup, but I just like how explosive that is because Reggie Jackson can give you buckets and is not the best on defense, but he can hold his own. Then you have D Rose, who's a super explosive player and that can also hold his own on defense as well. I'm going to have Bruce Brown as a D tier starting shooting guard. Not terrible, but it's not really what you want on the team. And then we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. If it wasn't this man's second year in the league, he could be most improved. But it is his second year, and usually the second-year players don't get most improved because you're supposed to get better from the previous year. You're supposed to get better than your rookie year. You're supposed to get better in your third year. That's how it's supposed to work because you're just getting more comfortable with yourself and more comfortable in the league. With that being said, he is actually doing amazing. A high B. I could put him in A, but he's not quite on the level of D-Book or Spider Mitchell. I'm putting him at high B. Averaging 20 points a game, is killing it, is their main option on the team besides Gallo and Chris Paul, but he's doing very well for himself. I really love watching. I watch the Oklahoma City Thunder at least once a week. They're just a fun team to watch. And even though Russell's not there, I still love watching the Oklahoma City Thunder because, like I said, I like their playing style and they're a very fun team to watch. Good young talent. They have Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter definitely took a step down from last year. Last year, I want to say he was averaging around 11 points a game. Now he's only averaging around 9 points a game. I thought he was going to take a step up, but they do have John Collins, who is hurt, but when he's in, he's one of their main scoring options with Trae Young. They also have Jabari Parker, who's been playing very well, so I understand it, but I just don't think he's well-deserving of that starting shooting guard spot, so he's having a D-tier season right now. Colin Sexton. The Colin Sexton, Darius Garland 1-2 combo there at the point guard and shooting guard position. We'll go 10 years down the line. I feel like he'll be one of the best in the league. They are a great duo, super explosive. The only thing Colin Sexton needs to work on is his three-point shot. Other than that, he's definitely getting better at it too. Like, it's not even like really a problem, but if there's one thing he really needs to keep working on, is that three-point shot. He's having a C-tier season, but I probably will move him up later. We'll see. Next, we have Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet is one of those guys that's not super important to the Clippers roster. Like, they still have a great team, but he also is important at the same time. Like, if he wasn't on the team, there probably wouldn't be much perimeter shooting besides besides Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So he really helps out that. And his perimeter defense isn't bad as well. He's a good, can shoot the ball and defensive guy, kind of like a Danny Green or Wesley Matthews, kind of like a young guy like that. Well, they're not young, but he's like a young version of that. So he's not like an amazing player, but he'll get the job done. He's a deep tier player, kind of like on the Kevin Huerter scale of things. Then we have Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is averaging 30 points a game, 10 or 9 assists/rebounds. I forget which order it is. Man could be MVP this year. Young killer, freaking amazing. He's just an amazing talent to watch, and the Mavericks have a good star, young piece with Luka Doncic and Porzingis. That's going to be a great combo. Next, we have RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett has been playing very well this season. I mean, I expected this. I'm not going to lie. I did expect this. But I didn't expect it as efficient as it is. His scoring, great. His defense, great. He's just an all-around solid player. Obviously, he's still young. He has a lot of room to grow. He could be averaging 30 points in the next couple of years. He's already averaging 18. I don't know why I think he'll be able to average 30 a few years down the line. With that being said, he's having a high C-tier season. He's not quite in the level of the other guys yet, but by the end of the season, I'm sure he will be. Next, we have James Harden. James Harden, averaging 30-plus points a game. Great efficiency. Just came off a 60-point game. Man's a freaking beast. Best shooting guard in the NBA. Next, we have Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday definitely took a step down from previous years. The perimeter defense is still there. That's what's going to hold his grade up a good amount here. But the scoring is just not the same. Yes, Brandon Ingram is holding that up. He's doing very well for himself, so Jrue Holiday's not going to have the ball as much as previous years. But my throat's really itchy right now. Jrue Holiday, B tier. He's always hovered around that B, A tier, never S. Never S. But he's always hovered around that B, A tier. He's finally in that B- tier. I'm not going to disrespect him and put him in the C tier, but if his perimeter defense wasn't as good as it is, he would definitely be in the C tier category. Next, we have Danny Green. Danny Green, perfect example of the Shamet and Huerter experiment right there. I don't know why I said experiment, but they're a D tier player. Great shooter from deep, solid perimeter defense, solid to good perimeter defense. There it is. Then we got the next guy, Wesley Matthews. Great shooter, solid to good perimeter defense. That's what a team needs, and that's what the LeBron needs, and that's what Giannis needs. And Kawhi and Paul George and Trae Young. Perfect. Then we have Bradley Beal. I'm going to struggle. He's averaging 28 points a game, but that's like their only score. I mean, they do have IT, but IT's not the same. Bradley Beal is basically their only scorer on that team, so I'm just trying to figure out if he's well deserving of that. I mean, it's based on their personal play. It's not based on the team. I got to keep reminding myself that, and that's what I've done for all the tier lists. So I guess the 28 points a game, shooting pretty well efficiency, not as well as the S tier guys. So I'm going to have to put him in the high A tier because he's not shooting as well and just as, he's just not doing as well as the S tier guys. The S tier guys are guys that are superstars, and I don't see Bradley Beal as a superstar. He's a star like the rest of the guys in the A tier, but I don't see him as a superstar. Then we have Dion Waiters. I'm not even going to talk about him. I'm honestly just going to drop him in the F right now. You can look up the stories. He had too much fun on a plane. He just took some gummy worms and stuff like that on a plane, and just not regular gummy worms. You can just imagine yourself. And then we have Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lamb, also Dion Waiters has played like one game this season, been trash. Also Jeremy Lamb's one of those guys that could drop 25 a night, could drop 10 a night, could give you 2 points. He's just super inconsistent, kind of like a J.R. Smith in a way, but a better J.R. Smith in the fact that he can play solid defense, can hold his own. Not going to be the best defender out there, but he could hold his own relatively well. So I'm going to have him at C tier. He's having a solid season, but it's really nothing great about him, but there's nothing bad about him. He's just one of those guys that's just kind of there and does his job. Same with Evan Fournier. One of those guys that's kind of just there and does his job, but he's a better version of that, averaging around 18, 19 points a game. Very high efficiency. But I'm going to put him in C tier, B tier right now, but I might move him down to C because I don't think he's on the same level as those other guys in the B tier, but we'll have to see. Next, we have CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum started off the season very, very slow. Still struggling to get back to that. Dame and Carmelo Anthony have been holding up the fort down in Portland, trying to get them up 500. They're below 500 in the record standpoint right now, but Carmelo Anthony just won Western Conference Player of the Week, been playing very well. But CJ McCollum is just not doing extremely well, but he's still a B-tier shooting guard. I might move him up to A. It depends. And Zach LaVine having an A-tier season, extremely well, probably going to be an all-star. I really love Zach LaVine. Doesn't get enough credit for what he does on the court because he's in Chicago. It's a huge market, but not the biggest when it comes to these days because, it's the Chicago Bulls. They're pretty trash. But they have a good young roster, and Zach LaVine is a big piece to their future success, I believe. Next, we have Gary Harris. Gary Harris has took a few steps down from previous years because now Jamal Murray has a bigger spot in the team. He's averaging around 20 points a game. Same with Jokic, their main star on the team. But he's still a solid rotational piece to that roster, still a good starter. He's a C-tier player. Then Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins has finally fulfilled what my dreams for him were a few years ago. Not completely. I thought he was going to be like a 30-point scorer. I thought he was going to be not the next Kevin Durant, but a next kind of lanky guy like that. But with that being said, Andrew Wiggins, 24 points a game, kind of like Devin Booker. Good, solid piece. And he's been playing on very high efficiency. In past years, he'll still you look at the stats, you'd be like, oh, he's a great player, getting 20 points a game, but look how many shots he took. This year, he's definitely gotten that a lot better. Scoring more points and on lesser shots, can't complain there. And I'm going to do my final revisions, and I'll be right back. As you can see here, this is my final tier list. I'll go through each tier. I didn't make too many moves. S tier is the same, Luka and James. And then A tier, it is Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Andrew Wiggins. And then I did move down Zach LaVine to the B tier because I looked at all their stats, their efficiency. I went through them all, between Andrew Wiggins, Donovan, Devin Booker, the whole A tier. Then I looked at Zach LaVine's, and it just wasn't quite on the same par. Close, but not quite there. So I have Zach LaVine in the B tier with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, D'Lo, Buddy Hield, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, CJ McCollum, and Evan Fournier. But Evan Fournier is like a low B tier. Zach LaVine's like a high B tier. Same with D'Lo, and then Jaylen Brown's like a mid B tier. So it's not a perfect science, but that's what I have in the B tier. Next we have C tier, where we have Josh Richardson, Karis LeVert, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Colin Sexton, RJ Barrett, Jeremy Lamb, and Gary Harris. Next in the D tier, we have Brendan Forbes, Bruce Brown Jr., Kevin Huerter, Landry Shamet, Danny Green, Wesley Matthews. In F tier, we have Dwayne Bacon, and I don't even need to say his name, He's just disgusting. I also forget his name. I don't know why I'm forgetting. What's his man's name? Oh my god. Yeah, just laugh at me, guys. I'm gonna sit here until I remember his name. Dion Waiters. I got it. I don't know why I had a brain fart right there. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully you guys, you don't have to agree with the tier list. Tell me in the comments below what you agree and disagree with. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. And like always, peace. Sorry, Dion.